Alright. I have to talk like this?
What? Just don't talk. Yeah, just don't talk for 5 minutes. Oh,
Hello. Hello. Hello.
আরে hello বলতেছিস। I can hear you, so তার মানে তো mic working.
Hello. Oh wait, no, it is working. I was just looking at media source. I'm fucking retarded.
No.
Thank God no one was listening.
I
Naruto.
think we have like 2 viewers who are listening to your bullshit.
Nah, we don't. Come on. In the audio mixer, right? So there's usually 2 bars. There's the desktop audio and then there's the mic. But since I'm playing the time bomb video thing, ওইটাও মাঝখানে আসছে. So I was mistaking that for the mic in, and since ওইখানে কোনো highlight করতেছে না as I'm speaking, I'm like, oh, so mic isn't working. Well, I'm the dumbass. Very, very dumb. Oh, yeah, by the way, if anyone is listening, please tell me how the mic sounds. I mean, this is horrible, I know, but at least you can hear me. I did.
Alright, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a better
But
mic. I
the
can't
problem
do
হচ্ছে I listen, I hear you in one way, and when I play the video back for it, তখন it sounds different.
Yeah, because Discord is different. That's the point. ওটাই তো সমস্যা.
Yeah, for the 2 guys who are listening, we're very sorry we're talking technical shit about our live streaming, but you know, we're boring people and we're waiting for 2.5 more minutes.
We need to wait until the bomb explodes. Wait for the bomb to explode, my dudes.
You can say hi in the chat if you want in the meanwhile.
One of them is just Rudra, isn't it? Rudra, say hi in the chat. Rudra, you bitch, say hi in the chat. I hate you, Rudra.
I don't think it's Rudra, but
He
okay.
doesn't say hi in the chat. I hate Rudra.
And whoever it was left because you abused him.
Nah, they're still there. 2 concurrent viewers.
Oh, I'm seeing 1. Okay, maybe 2. Yeah.
Maybe I'm delayed. Who knows?
We're starting in a minute and a half, so thank you for waiting, guys. YouTube Studio has something called a create highlight video. So like, how okay, one day I need to actually press that and see what happens.
I mean, yeah, that'll be cool. Highlights. Yay!
Is it like YouTube will decide what the highlights are or what?
I assume so, or else it would just be weird, wouldn't it? Raj is sitting this one out because he has no experience of anime except OP in the last 2 years.
Is he reading the manga?
I think so.
Tell him to come on. We'll talk about OP. At least before one or October with him. The rest we can talk about.
It exploded! Yeah.
It did? I'm 10 seconds behind in the stream. I'm waiting for it to explode on my screen. Oh, that's some good effects. Good shit.
Explody. দাঁড়া নাভেদ মামা রাজ কি আজকে আসার কোনো প্ল্যান নাই?
Knock them one more time and then we'll just start. Meanwhile, I'll just start. You knock them. Hello, guys. Welcome to Thwipcast. Sorry we were not on last Saturday. কোনো এক কারণে আমরা সবাই ঘুমাচ্ছিলাম, and by the time
I woke up at 11:30.
we woke up, we were like, oh shit, we were supposed to do a cast today. Hi Solaire, you're at work, you can't watch the one episode about stuff you can talk about. Oh, I feel so sad for you, man, but you can listen, back to play this back when it goes on the channel again. And anybody else, if you want us to talk about any particular anime, we will talk about it. So as of right now, today we're Thwip, I'm Munazil, and with me is Rafi.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about anime. যদিও আমরা we were primarily a comic book channel ভাবে start করছিলাম, it somehow we are more converse about anime and manga than we are actually about comic book these days. So
Fine, we're weebs, কিছু করার নাই.
yeah, so we decided we needed to do a weeb centric episode to actually talk about manga and anime that we're reading, or anything that you guys want to talk about. If there's something that you want to hear our opinion of or want to chat to us about of any of anime or any manga, just chat, just type it in the chat and we'll talk about it. But yeah, so right now it's me and Rafi. The other guys should join soon. If they don't, it will just be me and Rafi today. So actually, we have more chances to interact with you guys. So again, that would be fun too. What we're watching, acha, ঠিক আছে. Seasonal anime. Let's talk about seasonal animes first. I started watching this anime called Appare-ranman or Ranman. I don't know how I actually pronounce it because the Ranman part is never said in the anime. It's just Appare
I don't think there's another way to pronounce Ranman.
Maybe
Ranman.
It could be Ranman or it could be Ranman.
Fucking stupid Japanese.
So Liar, yeah, we will actually do an episode about manga soon, but today we'll be talking about manga as well. I think we're talking about One Piece or something.
I'm gonna talk about the shit I'm reading right now, so there's that.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about some form of manga, but yeah. So appare-ranman, that's the one that I'm watching right now. I'm gonna call it Ranman or something. Appare. So appare-ranman is an anime that I'm watching. It combines two of my favorite things actually. একটা হচ্ছে, it combines this Western aesthetic that I really like. It's a Western anime, and I like cars, so it actually incorporates cars as well. So যদি আমি এক লাইনে if I describe it, it's basically steampunk versus diesel punk redline. And those of you who don't know what redline is, I really suggest you look that shit up because redline will fucking blow your mind. It's Speed Racer on meth turned up to 11. It's insane. It's amazing. One of the best anime movies out there. I would really highly recommend it. But yeah, remember that cartoon that and back in the days when we were kids and they had that cartoon Wacky Racers? Basically, Appare-ranman is the anime version of Wacky Racers, and it's a Western as well. Appare is a kid from Japan who is basically a scientist or an engineer. I don't think scientist is the right word. He's more like an engineer. And what he does is he builds things. And one of the things that he builds is a steamboat. And he's joined by a samurai. Oh crap, I forgot his name. He's joined by a samurai who's supposed to actually take care of him. And the samurai and him somehow, through some circumstances, which is actually quite funny, they end up in LA in the early 1800s, I want to say, early 1900s. And what happens is the automobile has just been invented and everybody's like really excited about the automobile. So it's the dawn of the
I love
cars
the visuals.
era.
I'm looking at the key visuals for it. They look like they look insanely wacky and Western, but it's like
right.
Yeah.
And the design, like the character design is really
like this
it.
black dude with the weird dreads. That's pretty cool.
Like all the racers are really designed really well. So there's like 10 racers, and basically ora jeta kore, so they end up in LA, and when they end up in LA, Appare is only worked with steam engines, and cars are diesel engines. He's never seen a diesel engine before. So he looks at cars and he goes, "What the fuck is this? I want to make cars." So he starts making his uh, ship that he actually has with him and came to LA with. He turns it into a car, and he enters a race, which is a cross American race across continental America. এই রেসটা রান করতেছে হচ্ছে তিনটা the three the companies. One of them is, well, all the names are a little bit weirder because they can't actually call it BMW, so it's called BNW. Ford is called, I think, Iron Motors,
Yeah,
and
they
GM is
pulled that
actually
same
GM.
shit in here, by the way, King and Ashura, right?
হ্যাঁ
Sonny
হ্যাঁ
is
হ্যাঁ
Sani,
হ্যাঁ
Pano Sani.
so they can't do that shit, so they actually, so and then they have 10 racers they that show up, and these 10 racers are actually going to race on transcontinental America. And the best part is the character design. Like everything else is that 1800 sorry early 1900s western aesthetic, but the characters and the cars, they're all like over the top anime design. Like it's crazy. Like Appare himself, he's dressed like a kabuki, and his friend, the samurai, he is like a really OP samurai, but something happened in his past that actually makes him not be able to draw his sword. He's afraid of actually drawing his sword. And they meet up with a little Indian kid who's looking for his father's murderer, and that's our main gang. And then you have a Chinese girl, Jiafeng, who wants is a girl but wants to be a racer, but girls can't be racers, so she's fighting against that. And then you have a black dude who is like part of the 1003. The 1003 are basically three guys who have the strength of 1,000 outlaws, and they're outlaws. And you have Dylan, and you have the black guy. The black guy's name's TJ, and what he has a boombox, which is what's it called? You know those record players, gramophones? He has a portable gramophone with a record that plays, and he has that in his car, and he listens to music while he's driving. And then you have Dylan. Dylan is a guy who is haunted by his past. Everybody's more or less haunted by his past, by their past in this show, excepting Apara. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Now the mom. Now the mom.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Intense breathing.
अरे बाल
Okay then.
Arebal.
That was Nav's input on appare-ranman. But so and they go on this wacky
I feel
race,
like
and
he should give it a chance. I feel like he should give it a chance, right? Like that was just too abrupt.
yeah, that was just na dekhe gali diya chule gelo.
Gale de chole gelo.
And it deals with certain things that you don't expect a fun, wacky racing show to deal with. Like it deals with racism. Like everything in these days deals with racism. যাই দেখি তার মধ্যে কোনো না কোনোভাবে
I don't think I've seen anything in recent times that doesn't deal with racism.
Yeah, it's crazy how much people deal with racism in their artistic endeavors these days, and it's strange. But basically, they deal with racism back in, and this doesn't only deal with one kind of racism. It deals with racism towards Chinese people. It deals with racism towards Red Indian kid or Red Indians. It deals with racism towards black people. Except I don't think anybody's racist towards TJ because he just killed them. So I don't think anybody's racist towards TJ. But like they call the Japanese people monkeys and shit like that, so they deal with racism in that, very subtle, but that's there. They deal with feminism as well, because like I said, Jaflin, or she wants to be a racer and she can't be a racer because she's a woman, and then she shows up the guys, I can drive as well as you can, blah blah blah, and she turns into a great racer and stuff like that. And the race itself is wacky and funny and exciting and adventurous and all that shit. And the BMW's heir, I want to say. I forgot what he was. I think he's the youngest kid of the BMW family, and his name is Al. And he has a cool car that looks like a submarine, I think. It's just the car designs are wacky and the character designs are wacky, and they all go on this race and stuff. And Appare is basically one of those guys who doesn't believe in anybody else should be able to decide amar jonno konta ki right and what's possible. And so he actually fights against the system and saying, yeah, this is possible and this is not possible. He doesn't believe that. And so he inspires all the other racers to actually change themselves in pursuing their dreams. And it's all wacky and shit. And I think 11 episodes are out. 12th episode should be coming out this week at some time, and that is the last episode. It's an original series. There is no manga. It's um and I mean the original series sometimes they're like Bebop is an original series and this is an original series and Redline was an original movie, and these things are actually pretty good because they don't have to stick to something that has been written by someone else, and so they turn out to be pretty good. So I really enjoyed appare-ranman. And we don't have any of the other guys still come on yet.
Nope. But appare-ranman dekh. So that sounds interesting, and like I'll honestly watch it just because of the name. Like I find the name fun.
No, the art's amazing as well. Mane, it's one of those shows that does CG really well because the cars are all CG. So it does 2D
In
and
modern times,
CG.
CG has been like these days CG, like Japan really does CG well, which is pretty amazing considering how horrible it used to be just a few years ago, right?
Like, even if you look at Decadence, they are doing CG pretty well. Man, Decadence I matter 3 episode they can stop because I want to binge it.
Yeah.
But like in Decadence, there's also the monsters are CG, and the when they are in fights, the movement is CG because they want to do the 3D camera moves. So basically, but the thing about Decadence are একটা funny জিনিস হচ্ছে since I segued into that. Decadence, I watched only 3 episodes, but there's an arc in 3 episodes that's like, okay, yeah, good enough. That's the story. You can actually quit at 3 episodes and see, okay, yeah, this arc is done, the story is done, and you can actually move on. But Decadence is a weird ass fucking anime. Um, Particularly because there's this major fucking twist in the beginning of episode 2. Like most shows would hold on with for that's what season 1 twist. Like Agdom season 1 ending a twist there, they do it in the beginning of episode 2. And whatever you see in episode 1 and you have an understanding of this world, it just gets fucking flipped on its head at the beginning of episode 2. And I remember I was like on a Porbala দেখতেছিলাম, so I was like, what the fuck just happened? I had nobody to talk to about it as well. It just blew my mind how they flipped the script in the beginning of episode 2, and whatever you understood about the world in the first episode just immediately changes, and then you start to wonder where do they go from here. And I can't ruin the twist, but trust me, if you have like an hour time, just watch the first 2 episodes and you'll be hooked. At least you'll want to know where they go from there. Basically, Decadence, yeah, Deca space dense, or it's Decadence the word, but there's a space in between. Basically, Decadence. I mean, I'm just gonna go by the synopsis that they officially released type of thing. When I found out about it. So Decadence,
it's animated by Nut.
yeah. Wait, what did Not do recently?
FLCL alternative course user syncing. Fully alternative করছিল আর user syncing.
আমি fully alternative দেখিনি, but
same, but user syncing করছে, that's something which is, the Tanya the evil,
yeah, they did Tanya the devil. That's the one I was talking about, the Second World War weird girl who can fly and shit. Yeah, but like Decadence's basic premise টা হচ্ছে the world has been destroyed by the appearance of these monsters, and now the world, and like it's in a post-apocalyptic world, only a few humans remain, and they are joined by the next evolution of human beings, called the Rangers. I forgot what they're called. To be honest, I really forgot what they're called. And they live inside a giant moving fortress called Decadence. And every time all their fuel and all their food and everything comes from these monsters, so they go hunting. Every time these things show up, they go hunting, and there are different types of monsters, and they have the Attack on Titan gear type of system. So they have a 3D maneuvering gear, and so all the fights are in that Attack on Titan 3D maneuvering moves and killing monsters. And so this entire thing is a post-apocalyptic fight for survival.
Have you guys watched Initial D? Yes, dude. I love Initial D.
I don't know how old you are, Shams, but I actually watched Initial D, I think, when I was as old as you. I'm guessing you're very young. But yeah, like when I was really, really young, Initial D is the reason I am into cars, more or less. Like I remember for a very long time, I wanted to get the Toyota. I forgot what AE86. What I forgot is the name that they say in the show for that, because Toyota is not Toyota in the show or in Japan, basically. Sorry, I was just lighting my smoke.
Trueno,
Right? It's called Trueno. It's called Trueno. It was called Solar in Asia. In আমাদের এদিকে আসলে একটা Solar বলি। So basically, Trueno 86. I what I remember most about that, besides this, like, the thing that I remember most about that in Initial D, there was this tactics he used in one of the races to win, which drainer মধ্যে গাড়ির চাক্কা নামায় দেয় so that you can turn.
Just to make
Right?
the turn, yeah, just to make
Just
the
to
turn.
make that. That's like my most memorable thing from that show, because I was like, oh my god, that is the shit. And that's like, I loved that about that show. And the other thing I loved about Initial D was the fact, the music. It was like this
I mean,
Euro
yes,
pop.
Initial D is what like basically publicized Euro year, right? Like Europop.
Yeah,
ABBA.
that whole trance Europop beat thing that was like that I think Initial D made famous, and it was like that
Eurobeat,
kind of blew my mind.
Right, Eurobeat.
The Eurobeat music, that was pretty good. I actually even watched the live action movie, and I think Nicholas Say is in it as well. He's the first rival, and I actually enjoyed the movie a lot. I didn't think I would actually enjoy the live action movie. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I think they did a revival or a remix or something very recently for Initial D, but I haven't checked that out.
No, I don't think they did a revival. They did like legacy movies. They did like movies that I think covered the initial series. Yeah. It's like the movies basically tell the initial stories, like 2014, 2016.
Did a video game come out for Initial D recently? আমার কেন জানি মনে হচ্ছে the game ও বাইরে ছিল recently about Initial D.
Nothing on like actual. There's a phone game. There's arcade games. Nothing actual. No.
আচ্ছা.
Like the last recent game was the 2008 PS3 game, Initial D Extreme Stage.
Initial D is the thing that actually taught me that there's a whole other world of racing other than muscle cars and shit like that. That there is this JDM racing style that is there, that exists, and drifting is a thing. I always wondered, acha, Hirota ki খাওয়া নিয়ে যেত জানি tofu? Was it tofu that he used to carry?
He was a tofu delivery boy, right?
He has a tofu delivery boy. He has a delivery boy, and he used to I think he used to take tofu submerged in water, and that thing always really fascinated me. Like, what the shit is that? I want to eat that shit. And then I had tofu for real life, and I threw up.
Yeah.
Hi guys, sorry about that.
Hey dude.
What's up guys? Sorry, family thing.
It's okay. We don't have a lot of viewers today anyway, so we're just hanging out basically.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
I mean, we're just from an anime. That's it.
We are actually talking about racing animes today for some reason.
appare-ranman.
Yeah, I talked about appare-ranman, and Shams asked about Initial D. So we segued into appare-ranman, into Decadence, into Initial D basically.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, Initial D is one of I think all of us agree it's one of our favorite animes.
Yeah, of course. And my favorite appreciation is like, I don't know. I mean, this is a spoiler, I guess, if you haven't seen it. Is like it has a really nice like twist in terms of the romance, right? Because like the main female lead like has someone she keeps calling daddy throughout, and then it turns out that that's not her dad, it's her sugar daddy.
right. I remember that.
That girl had a shit actor backstory, right?
Yeah, it was insane. That's it. It was insane.
You know, another great racing anime is Redline.
Yeah, we talked about Redline as well.
So Redline is something else.
Somehow this episode is becoming all about car animes. Are there any other racing animes that are good? আমি actually দেখছি racing না racing না কিছু দেখি
না আমি দেখিনি I saw Initial D, Redline, and now appare-ranman দেখছি.
Yeah, appare-ranman episode 11 পর্যন্ত দেখছি. So yeah, those are the only.
How do you like it?
Dude, I loved it. Like,
right, episode 10 এ যখন কোসামে যখন unleashed হয়, that is such a badass scene, right?
That's the name of the samurai, Kosame, right? And the thing is, it's weird for a racing anime. It has really low amount of racing in.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's no Fast and the Furious thing. Overtake করে ফেলাইলো, overtake করে ফেলাইলো.
আমরা we don't actually see the actual race. It's more raceর মাঝখানে ওরা যখন রেস্ট টাউনগুলোতে আসে pit stop এর জন্য.
It's more about the
we see those stories. We see those stories. We don't see the race per se. শুধু I think episode 11 we saw a little bit of the race because যখন ট্রেনের নিয়ে ওই যে ওর ব্যাটার ভিলেনটার নাম কি snake
Sigar guilty Sigar.
হ্যাঁ, so bad guyটা যখন ট্রেন দিয়ে ওইটা করে তখন we saw a little bit of the race, but তাছাড়া we see very little of the race in It's such a great like many story is so good and it's so well like paced and everything. You don't really like bad about that.
Because I was expecting a full-on wacky racers adventure.
Same here, man. Same here.
It turned out to be a very nice character study about goals and dreams and how you don't let other people decide. Appare-ranman. It's good. It's short as well. Like it's only 12 episodes, so it's not bad. So I would recommend appare-ranman.
Speaking of season anime, Great Pretender.
Yeah, same here. I would.
I'm a Great Pretender dekhi nahi ekhono.
It's so fun.
It's over.
No,
Great
it's not
Pretender.
Over. It's not over. The first batch is over. The second batch of episodes comes out on the 21st of September. So in 2 days.
Oh, 2 days, really? Oh, sweet. So koita mane is it the whole 12 এর পরে?
12 এর পরে আরো মনে হয় 8টা এপিসোড আছে I think.
Second coup.
Sweet. কারণ like shit মুনাজে তো দেখে না, can we discuss?
Nah. Yeah, we can't spoil it.
Discuss. মানে don't discuss spoilers.
আচ্ছা spoiler না. So like রাফি তো দেখছো, right?
Yeah. Caught up.
হ্যাঁ, তো প্রথম 13টা এপিসোডে ওরা তো ধরো এই ক্যারেক্টারের মধ্যে তিনজনের ব্যাক স্টোরি করে ফেলছে, রাইট? So I was waiting like what was the fourth guy's back story কখন আসবে? I was like really disappointed. So এখন I guess like next দিন বলা 8টা এপিসোড বের হবে, okay sweet, now we're going to get his one and he's probably going to get a big one, right?
Yeah. He's an intense character, right?
Yeah, he's an intense character, right? আমি খুবই ডিসঅ্যাপয়েন্টেড হয়েছিলাম যখন ওটা করে না। I'm like, come on man, তোমরা সবাইটা করলা, ওটা মানে বাদ দিলা কেন? Like sweet.
Great Pretender actorটা হচ্ছে মুনাজির মামা. It's animated by which studio, by the way?
Ninjani. But like I was waiting for it to get over.
Great Pretender জোস জিনিস হলো it's like high end Jackie Chan adventures animation. Background is পুরা Jackie Chan এর মতো খুব single colored, but it's more colorful. ধরো Jackie Chan এর তো background just the buildings were gray, the sky was blue, and the street was yellowish kind of একটা off yellow ছিল. But এখানে ধরো তোমার background building এর মধ্যে you have like green for trees and then like একটু colors for plants and you have more colors in the background. It looks very bright and খুব ambient, right? তুমি চিন্তা করো যেরকম people who have seen Oceans 11, 12, those movies are heist movies, but they're খুবই bright, খুবই vibrant, and it's মানে heist-টাকেও খুব colorful হিসেবে ধরে. So এই সিরিজটাতে same thing. The heists are very colorful. It's very grand, খুবই বড়.
And it's a comedy in general, so
it's a comedy in general.
It's funny.
But তোমার character animation-টা চিন্তা করো, suppose কারেক্টটা বলবো, appare-ranman না, sorry, God of High School এর মতো, but it's sharper. The characters.
Yeah, I understand.
So which studio is it? So we character animation তুমি চিন্তা করো, but the background of that, but you also have nice building drawings and everything to go along with it. So
yeah, I saw the trailer.
Fun to watch. It's super fun to watch. Trailer doesn't do it justice, dude, trust me.
And obviously the ending song is The Great Pretender.
Yeah. So like when you watch it and it's comedy with like heist and you don't feel it's modern day Robin Hood in my opinion.
Yeah, and
it's
my
Robin
favorite
Hood,
part is
the main hero is Robin Hood. Okay, the secondary hero is Little John. He recruits him and they already have a merry band set up and they do modern day heist.
Is it
from the এখানে রিচের জায়গায় they steal from the corrupt.
Is it more Persona?
Yeah,
it's not Lupin. Lupin goes after treasure.
It's more Persona.
It's Persona. I would say more Persona. Yeah, I'm Persona killing it, so I don't know. So I'm comparing it with Lupin.
What's the anime? Persona anime? it's not
দেখিনি।
good.
No one
One, it's
suggests the
not
anime.
good.
No one ever suggests the
So
anime.
I
I
mean,
haven't
don't
watched
watch it. Don't. I mean, if it was good, then I would say watch
No,
it. But yeah, it's not
actually,
that good.
so you know how
But
English
Great
is
Britain
weird
is-
in anime?
Hmm?
Like English is always weird in anime, right?
yeah, it is. It's not. It is kind of.
What they did was, right, so they literally do this thing where, like, initially the characters that are meant to be speaking English are speaking English, right?
Right.
And then, like, about 6 minutes into the fucking show, when the main character goes to America and they all speak English, right? Sundar করে উপরে লেখা আসে, all English will now be translated to Japanese.
That's what I had a weird problem with appare-ranman, and I had the same problem with Ye as well.
কোনটা?
appare-ranman তো প্রবলেমটা আছেই. They come to America and everybody speaks Japanese, and so that kind of takes me out of
No,
it.
you can have to think they're speaking English. True English.
Yeah. Basically, you have to understand যে আর কি সবাই ইংলিশে কথা বলছে.
Yeah. English.
But the problem is they actually do say English in the thing as well, like this the catchphrase.
I kind of have to take it with a pinch of salt.
But the weirdest one I had a problem with like that was what was the name of the Thorfinn show?
কোনটা?
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga, আচ্ছা।
In Vinland Saga, they're speaking French, English, Dutch, Celtic, and it's all Japanese.
অনেক সময় weird লাগতো যে like এ জাপানিজ বলছে ও but they're like আমরা বুঝতেছি না ও কি বলছে আমরা what
yeah, like Japanese বলতেছে and the other guy is saying in Japanese. I don't understand what he is saying. You're both speaking Japanese.
Yeah, because ওই যে যখন ওর নাম কি হয় থরফিনের মাস্টারটার নাম কি অ্যাসক্লাদ যখন ওই ওর ব্রেথরিনের সাথে কথা বলে লাইক ওরা কি বলতেছে আমরা তো বুঝি না ইজ লাইক ডোন্ট ওয়ারি আই স্পিক সাম লিটল বিট অফ এটা পারি আই উইল টক টু देम তখন ও গিয়ে কথা বলে আবার ওদেরটা আবার বাট এভরিথিং ইজ ইন জাপানিজ বাট ইউ কাইন্ড অফ হ্যাভ লাইক অনেক সময় ইউ আর নট শিওর এ ওর কথা বুঝতেছে নাকি যেরকম ফাইটের মাঝখানে দে আর গোইং অ্যাবাউট জাপানিজে কথা বলে যাচ্ছে দুইজন বাট ইউ হ্যাভ টু রিয়ালাইজ এ ওর কথা বুঝতেছে না ওর কথা বুঝতেছে না কিছু
Because I remember the first time they met Thorkel, and Thorkel is in London. So the entire army is British, and he's throwing logs at people who are speaking Dutch, and Thorkel is speaking Finnish. And so I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? And like that একটু পরে একটা scene হচ্ছে Thorfinn goes up to some guards who are French, and he starts speaking in Dutch or something, or I don't know. He starts speaking in Viking.
It goes very convoluted last decade.
Yeah, it gets really weird. But yeah, if you haven't watched Vinland Saga, that's another recommendation that you really, really should read or watch. It's the three great seinen in Mutekta, and it's although with the other seinen, it's what the top three senens are what Berserk, Vinland Saga. And the other one is Monster, or is it Hunt? Is it Japanese? The Japanese one, the Japanese historical one. What's it called? I forgot. Kingdom. Yeah.
Kingdom তো ভালো নয়. It sucked.
The anime adaptation apparently sucks, but the book is a masterpiece. The manga is actually a masterpiece.
Really?
But yeah. So, Nafti আর কি দেখতেছস?
Oh, I am watching.
Let's talk about God of High School. Even though I stopped, Rafi's like in the manhwa, so he knows everything. You are caught up with the anime, and I'm like
until episode 11.
I stopped at the marriage episode when she gets married, and I was like,
that's the only bad episode.
I'm like, this is so dumb. What the fuck just happened?
That was the only dumb episode.
Rasta দিয়ে হাইটে যাইতেছে and she's getting married. What is this? And then I stopped. I was like, you know what? সব একসাথে হোক, তারপর I'm gonna. Then I can skip, right? And right now, if I watch it, I can.
That episode, regardless, it serves a purpose, but এত বড় করে দেখানোর দরকার ছিল না ওদের. Totally, right. But it does serve a purpose. You'll get the reference তারপরের মানে episode 6 is the reveal episode that tell you everything.
Right.
So ওইটাতে বলে যে why that episode was important. ওই একটা portion তোমার খুবই it's a very important part of the story.
আচ্ছা.
So
for those of you who don't know,
এত বড় করে দেখানোর দরকার ছিল না. I totally agree with you. It was a shit episode. আমি দেখে I was like, oh man, আমি এত লাফাচ্ছিলাম এখন এই এপিসোড মার্স I'm like shit god. But my god, do they pull out of it like gloriously, মানে episode 10 is like একটা magnum opus episode থাকলে it's that.
Yeah, but like
মানে
that just means the pacing's off though. মানে যদি এপিসোড 10 এ গিয়ে তারপরে
না just ওই এপিসোডটাই ওই the marriage episode, that's the only problematic episode. তাছাড়া বাকিগুলো
because they're not following. Rafi can back me up on this or actually correct me on this, but in the manhwa-te ওরা প্রথমে করে হচ্ছে the recruitment fights or the recruitment scenes, you know how they got recruited into the God of High School করে আর কি আচ্ছা for those of you who don't know what God of High School is, which is weird, I don't know why would you know that. God of High School is a manhwa which is a Korean anime, Korean manga, which is a manhwa, and it's very popular. It's a very long running one. It's been running for, I don't know, Rafi's been telling me about for like 200 years to read it.
The greatest.
So it's been running for I think it's been running for all my life or some shit. And it is basically the Korean Dragon Ball Z. That's the easiest way I can tell you what it is. It's the Korean Dragon Ball Z. And it's about
Dragon Balls.
Without the Dragon Balls.
Nah, here's the thing. I don't know if this is like okay, mild spoiler, but like God of High School takes elements from Dragon Ball, Bleach, and Naruto, right? Like you have
it's a culmination of a lot of things.
You have the 3-man squad, right? You have the fucking Elseworld where they go to and shit like that. They're gonna go to an Elseworld. That Elseworld is like it's not Soul Society, but it feels reminiscent of Soul Society. Kind of, because it's the world of the gods.
Chakuria has one of the gods, Chakuria.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically like a fan love letter to shonen in general. That's what God of High School feels like to me, right? It's a fan love letter to shonens.
Totally, dude. I totally agree with you.
I was watching.
It has some of the greatest fights in like you know to watch.
Like here's the thing with God of High School, because I generally want to see.
Even fights গুলো দেখবো অনেক সময় they're also like যেরকম they have a burly brawl like
exactly.
6 or 7. So which is they also like you know like pay homage to other fights as well, so which is really nice. So like you know they're able to incorporate all that in this like one single anime.
You're gonna enjoy God of High School if you aren't like here's the thing, if you're looking for like intense like you know like well affirmed plot that makes sense, all that bullshit, you're not gonna enjoy God of High School. You're gonna enjoy God of High School if you're looking for like insanely detailed combat. And it's combat for the sake of combat. Like Poro, even later on, right? Even with the big ass plot twist or whatever, holy shit, ore marse, blah blah blah. It's still combat for the sake of fucking combat, and it's beautiful.
It is insane combat, dude.
No, what
did you know like animation টা জন্য the combat
it was choreographed, right? It was actually choreographed.
Korea live ওদের স্টুডিওর মধ্যে people fight it out and then they kind of captured that fight thing and then
it's motion capture. The combat is motion capture.
Yeah, it's
motion capture of the combat. It is insane what the action is. It's insane.
The thing about it is basically act number জিনিস হচ্ছে this is the thing that will make manhwa mainstream. They knew that because they completely fucked up with the Tower anime.
Tower of God was fine. Tower of God wasn't bad.
No, Tower of God
it looks like a PowerPoint presentation.
No. The anime, yes. The Tower of God
visuals was bad.
I believe visuals bad hobby. I mean, yeah, sure. The animation could have been good, but at the end of the day, even the manga itself or the webtoon has horrible visuals initially. Like God of High Schooler visuals, even initially, was still way better than most things. And এখন তো like I'm কথাই বলবো না, it's god tier.
Upgraded.
Dude, I'll show you. আমি তোমার পাঠাবো আমি Thwip চ্যাটের মধ্যে. I'll send one of the panels from like the current fights, right?
Yes.
Fucking god tier. Especially because like the current arc is like you know it's like Mori Jin finally like coming to terms with his powers, or not his powers, his technical abilities. Right.
Technical abilities.
Yeah. Like he's like initially প্রথম entire half, like I'm pretty sure আমি animator মধ্যে যদি তোমরা দেখবা, it's like the first 2 or 3 seasons are gonna be him like powering up. ঠিক আছে? Knowing what his powers are.
Episode 11.
Last Q is.
Oh, he unlocked his chakrik, but he doesn't know how it happened.
Oh yeah, বুঝছি ঠিক আছে.
Versus the QB.
Cubic
Ninetales
guy,
QB
yeah,
shotgun fight
Ninetales,
করে।
yeah.
Ninetales QB
Park,
shotgun
park,
fight
park,
করে. When he
park,
unleashes
park.
it and he's like করার পরে they're like, wait, what happened? He's like, I have no idea how I did that.
Yeah, Ilpio Park, yeah.
I like the fact যে আমি এমন একটা জায়গায় থামছি I have no idea what you guys are talking about, so I have things to look forward to.
Oh, dude, trust me, it is glorious. It's glorious, trust me. Episode কি বলে ও এর ফাইটটা ও আর এস এর ফাইটটা ছিল একটা ইনসেন একটা ফাইট। তারপরে এপিসোড লাইক 7 থেকে 10 পর্যন্ত 11 পর্যন্ত is just like fighter per fighter per fighter per fighter per fight. It's just like, and episode 10 just like takes it to another level of fighting in নিয়ে যায় চলে যায় পুরো। But it's insane where they go. But when you watch the দুইটা hello
We're here.
so when you watch like when you compare like episode 10 এ দুইটা ফাইট হতে থাকে concurrently, and when you watch the level মানে জিনমরিরা কোন লেভেলে ফাইট করে আর ওখানে ওপি লেভেল পাওয়াররা কোন লেভেলে ফাইট করে, মানে like you see the difference and you're like holy shit কেমনে কি, right? It's just unbelievable that episode just like it's one of my most favorite episodes.
Like did he do that yet? Did what's his name? I'm মনে নেই আমি আগে তখন দেখিনি, but did the grandfather like ওই তেজিন বলছে ওদেরকে, did he already threaten them? যে if you piss off my grandson he'll kill you?
Yeah.
Remember that. No matter who you see, ঠিক আছে, they're all weaker than Taejin Jin, and Taejin Jin is weaker than Mori Jin.
Yep.
Mori Jin is the strongest being in the universe.
I remember আমি যতটুকু দেখছি তার মধ্যে তেজিন জিনের যে পার্টটা আছে and they're like we're gonna go after your son, grandson, and he starts laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like
we know how
that
strong
boy just
Park is, right? You guys have seen how strong Mubong Park is, right? That motherfucker is flattened like an island. Kono kotha nahi, just within a billion.
That was the opening scene, right?
Exactly. That's how OP he is. But and he's scared of Taejin Jin, right? He's scared of Taejin. And Taejin literally ওদের উপরে হাসে যখন they try to threaten Mori.
Taejin is the only person who has been ওখানে একটা they have this cabal of the 7 people, 7 6 cabal of 6.
Taejin soloed the 6. Not even one by one. No. He 1v6'd the 6 along with their assistants and students, and they all got fucking annihilated. And they're supposed to be the strongest beings in the world.
Right?
They can't fuck with Taejin Jin. And that's the thing with Taejin Jin, by the way. He's a genuine fighter. Like everyone else uses like like their god powers, but Taejin Jin is just a martial artist. He's just strong because he can kick your ass. He doesn't have powers.
I think they face more over here. এখানে মনে হয় যে taekwondo focus.
Yeah, because taekwondo is the Korean.
No. Taekwondo mangaর মধ্যে focus করছে, এটা করছে because again, Moriji's entire shtick is that, right? Like এখন পর্যন্ত he's a genuine fighter. He doesn't use god powers, right? He's a genuine fighter, like his grandson.
So it's basically
ওর কোনো god power নাই.
It's basically
Rock.
It's basically Rock Lee the anime yet.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. But আমি তোমাদের বললাম.
No, it's not. Is Jinmori is not Rock Lee.
Jinmori isn't Rock Lee. Jinmori is literally
No. I'm just saying that concept of that not having powers versus fighting people with like powers.
না, Jinmori তো ধরো ওই Jin Taijin, he's actually a background character. Main তো Jinmori. Jinmori is the powerful guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jinmori ki got powers.
Jinmori's got powers.
Yeah, Jinmori has got powers আছে. Unleash করছে না বেটা 11 episode 11.
Because one of the fights within an episode 4, I think he unleashed.
You guys have to understand that wasn't god powers. That
was that's just normal.
That was his pill. আর একটা জিনিস বলতে
that wasn't just like
everyone else borrows powers from gods, by the way, ঠিক আছে? That's what they do. Their god power is making a contract with God. Morijin doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
দেখো watch it.
Yeah.
No, I'm
you love episode 6. Episode 6 is the story. ওখানে সবকিছু বলে.
So
that's
thing
like
is,
a great episode.
I cannot watch something that's just fight to fight. On a weekly basis. It's not
story, but yeah.
It's not enough of a story for me to actually wait weekly. So I don't know জমাইতেছি. Because like stuff like it's not compelling to me. Okay, yeah, it has amazing fights, but it's not compelling enough to me for me to wait a week for it. So I can wait when it comes out the whole thing. I'll just watch it at one go. But like stuff like compare this to
I'd still
stuff
suggest
like
তুমি দেখো তুমি episode 4, 5 or 6 দেখো because you need to meet Tejan, like generically Tejan like
yeah,
backstory
that's fine. You can even both to see. I want to watch the whole thing together. Like it's not compelling enough for me. Like something like Boku no Hero, right? That's compelling enough for me to actually say, okay, I want to see where the story goes.
ওটা রাফি বুঝছো না, লাইক এখানে তো স্টোরি খুব স্পারিংলি দেখে, ইটস মোর ফাইটস দেন স্টোরি। ওইটা প্রবলেম হচ্ছে যে এত ফাইট দেখে দেখে কি করব, আমি স্টোরি তো পাচ্ছি না।
Yeah, exactly.
স্টোরি দিচ্ছে, ডোন্ট ওয়ারি, এটা আছে, বাট I get what you mean.
Like fights are cool, but like I need my compelling factor has to be, I need to actually get some story. And right now for me it's just cool fights. So and the wedding episode just fucked me over. That was like a fight or I was like, okay, fine. At the ending একটা ভালো একটা fight থাকবে. Didn't even get that, and that like completely pissed me off.
Why would there be a fight? I mean, those three are OP.
হ্যাঁ মানে I
was like that was their কি বলে যে filler episode. Not really, but not really.
As well. But it's like it's a bonding episode, right? Like it's basically allows Mirayu to bond.
এটা না করলে ওদের পরের তিনজনের বন্ডিংটা ঠিক করে সেটআপ, it was a setup episode, বুঝাই যাবে।
But yeah, God of High School is pretty awesome. If you guys are into fighting or shonen animes, I can't even call this shonen. I don't know what it's called. And I don't know it's
fighting. It's a fighting anime.
It's a battle shonen. For all intents and purposes, as someone who has read that thing 3 times, it's a battle shonen.
That's it. It's a battle. So it's a battle anime.
This is something I realized. Like, so this isn't counted as spoiler because it will happen way too late. তোমাদের like 8 বছর লাগবে ওখানে যেতে। So this is something Koreans do that Japanese people don't do, right? Like আমি কোরিয়ান যত কিছু পড়লাম রিসেন্টলি, সবকিছুর মধ্যে মানে রিসেন্টলি গত 6 বছর ধরে সবকিছুর মধ্যে এটা আছে। So Koreans love depowering their protagonists.
I love depowering.
Yeah, exactly. So do I. I love that. Kintu it's a common trope. Like Japanese people rarely do it. ঠিক আছে? Like think about it. Japanese people এর মধ্যে কনফ্লিক্ট কিভাবে হয়? The bad guys get stronger. There's stronger adversaries, right? But in God of High School, in Breaker, ঠিক আছে? In Tower of God, no, not Tower of God, but in Dice. তারপর আরেকটা গেমটা জানি পড়তেছিলাম, জানি না, অনেক ওয়েবটুনে দেখি কি লাইক দ্য মেইন ক্যারেক্টার উইল গেট স্ট্রং, ঠিক আছে? দেন এক পয়েন্টে গিয়ে সামথিং উইল হ্যাপেন, বুম, depowered motherfucker, weakest shit, no abilities. Now he can't even take on the thugs he was one-shotting.
They do it in God of High School?
Yes.
I enjoy that a lot.
I really enjoy it. I'm বললাম it's gonna be ages because it's like chapter 400 পরে। কিন্তু না you'll love it though, কারণ আমি বলি the depowering thing, this is how it works, right? So we know Morrigan is gonna get stronger, right? So he gets stronger and that's how he wins fights. But depowered হওয়ার পরে he focuses on his martial arts. Like there's this entire year যে up till now he's had the best car, ঠিক আছে? But he's been the shittiest racer, ঠিক আছে? He's just have the best car, so he's won. Now he has the shittiest fucking car,
right?
So he has to learn how to drive well to win, ঠিক আছে? So what happens when you have the best technical driver in the world eventually getting the best car again? The greatest racer is born.
He's still Bruce Lee at the end of the day.
But he's still Bruce Lee. That's the thing. Original, the Bruce Lee thing, that's why it resonated. Because it's like, ওইটা পরে হবে. Like, পরে Morrigan is depowered to fuck, but
Superman এর মতো একদম at base. Superman without any
abilities, anything.
Sunlight.
তখন martial arts, he focuses on martial arts. And he channels his grandfather, right? Tejan like, পুরা যত কিছু শিখছে, he tries to emulate everything perfectly, like no wasted movements. Like there's even like pura like shot for shot where he goes like no wasted movements. Every flick, every joint must be effective in my attack. ঠিক আছে?
Dude, that will be like so awesome to look at anime.
It's gonna look god tier. Like it's gonna be ages, but it's gonna look god tier.
Alright. Shit.
বললাম না, like I mean, like is hype, ঠিক আছে? Like also in terms of the plot, right? In terms of the plot, ওই পয়েন্টে গিয়ে like আমি ওই পয়েন্ট পর্যন্ত গিয়ে it was intense, but it was kind of like dumb. It was dumb fun. But then a twist happens, and at that point you're like, holy shit. Yes, fuck. কি হলো? And that also, that twist also relates to him getting depowered, right?
Acha. Oh, okay.
We can't think it's a full like, and there's a time skip. There's a 17-year time skip, by the way.
Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
I
crap!
hate
Wow.
time skips. I
ठीक है से?
hate time skips.
So it's like all the characters are mature and older. ठीक है से? You have
Oh boy,
old
they're more better
Mirayu.
now.
They're
Oh, shit.
veterans. ठीक है से? They're the veterans at that point. Like
Oh,
they say
God.
Dewi Han. Dewi Han has a fucking like he's an old man in a big not old man, he's a middle-aged man in a coat. ঠিক আছে? বড় একটা কোট পরে হাঁটাহাঁটি করে. And he's one of the
Wow.
strongest people alive.
Oh damn!
And there's like one of
But
these
they've become
scenes-
legends by this
They
point.
become legends,
right?
yeah. And there's this one scene, right? Like, so they both, Morijin and Devi Han go to this guy who's one of the six, by the way. I don't know if you've met him, the red-haired guy or the red-bearded guy.
Well,
The asshole.
but-
How can they say, right? The money-hungry asshole.
Introduce for me.
He's the money-hungry asshole. You'll meet him. I love that guy. I love that guy. He's so money-hungry. Yes, his entire shtick is he wants to be rich. That's it. He doesn't care. He's strong and he wants to be rich. Fuck you. He's a loan shark.
I
He's a
want
loan
money.
shark. He loves money. So at a bit where the Morijin and Devi Han will go to him to ask for help. Right? So
Achha.
or henchmen পরে বলে যে how dare they talk to one of the former six ঠিক আছে with such disrespect. And then that guy goes, what a waste. So the henchman's like, why? It's like, it's a waste that those two are teaming up against the world government because each one of them could solo the entire planet and not break a sweat. Like
Holy
Devi Han and
crap.
Morijin.
So basically, God of High School is an anime that escalates. It's
Oh, yeah.
basically
It's escalation.
Oh,
It's
I love it.
pure
I love
shonen.
আমি বললাম তো, it is a
hey,
love letter to
Rafi.
shonen.
Hey, Rafi,
Bolo?
have you seen that like Japanese TV show called High and Low?
না 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 কেমন
দেখো নাই?
না, না,
You
না।
should try watching it. You should really try watching. If you enjoy God of High School, you watch that, তাহলে তুমি বুঝতে পারছো ও
High
আচ্ছা
and
God
Low,
of
the
High
story
School
of
এদের
sword.
থেকে আসছে।
The story of sword.
এরা ওদের heightened up কি বলে মানে দুই জেনারেশন বা দুই জেনারেশন পরে is God of High School.
I mean, God
I
of High School is
hate
like
escalation for
2011.
escalation's sake. আমার অসহ্য লাগে।
Here's the thing, you say that, but you watch Dragon Ball, you idiot.
Yeah, but you have to understand when I watched Dragon Ball. That was I'm not watching Super or I'm not watching Dragon Ball
You watch
now.
Super,
I watched
you watch Super,
I
you
watched
all of
it
Super.
when I was a
Munazir,
kid.
you watched
When
Super.
escalation,
You watched Super কথা বলো না।
I only watched Super lasted arc. I didn't watch anything else of Super. I'm a tournament arc.
Yeah.
I didn't watch anything else.
Okay, what
But
about
that's
this? Did you enjoy the Broly movie?
Yeah, because that thing
Everyone loves the Broly.
it stands out on its own, right?
Yeah, what
Like it just it's great animation and it's just a story যেটার জন্য কিছু জানা লাগে না কিছু লাগে না that I'm going to watch a fight. And the thing is that thing the Broly movie actually has story. Broly's storyটা কিন্তু it's not a bad story. It's actually
it isn't.
এর আগের থেকে better,
এর আগের থেকে
like
অনেক
you know
better,
because
কোনো কথাই নেই, yeah.
ক্যাকারট খালি কান্ত দেখে আমি ক্যাকারটটা দেখতে পারি না ক্যাকারট চিল্লাইতেছে, you know, from that thing to actually to going and explaining his whole backstory about his father was a motherfucker and what he did to him and all that thing, and I loved it, and particularly because of the animation more than anything because of the animation. But like escalation for escalation's sake,
I will tell you this. God of High Schooler, the plot it has plot. I'm kind of underselling it when I'm saying it doesn't have plot. I'm just saying don't expect like amazing plot,
No.
right?
আমি বুঝতেছি, I'm just saying like আমি যদি compare করি right now like the two big shonens, I'm not going to count One Piece into it. The two big shonens right now in terms of show would be what? Boku no Hero, and it would be God of High School right now. সবচেয়ে popular.
না সবচেয়ে পপুলার গড অফ হাই স্কুল পোস্টার না সবচেয়ে পপুলার কিমেটসু নো ইয়াইবা
কিমেটসু no Yaiba তখন কারেন্ট year না, মানে it's not like running right now.
Mama, it's mid. It's in a season break. It still counts as an
It's a
ongoing
season.
series.
Acha, fine. Let's Kimetsu no Yaiba যদি আমি টানি, traditional shonen in terms of fighting with powers. Kimetsu no Yaiba has a different bent. This is more about like, you know, martial arts based thing theka, and Boku no Hero is about superpowers and stuff like that. So I'm যদি ওইভাবে যাই আর কি. So let's say that. Now look at how Boku no Hero BNHA, how it handles this whole story and how that handles. You don't like Akon Pojonto, like look at everything. Like everything has a cost in terms of BNHA, right? Like he can't all out use korte parbe na all might power because it'll kill him. So he has to gradually get there. Now compared that to Morijin has to learn to his ability to how to actually get যতটুকু আমি বুঝলাম to the discussion শুনে, how to actually, he has the power inside him already, which is a similar thing as Midoriya. দুজনেরই power আছে, but Midoriya has a physical limitation as to how, and his is a more of a mental learning technique kind of a thing, right? So I enjoy the more Japanese way of doing it versus the way Ye is doing it. It's for me that's more compelling. It's why
of course Boku no Hero is more compelling. বললামই তো, এটা কোনো কথাই না.
Yeah, which is why I say, if I go into something else from here, Hunter x Hunter, right? That is my favorite shonen. It's not really a shonen.
And it's a shonen. It's a shonen for the sake.
It's a shonen deconstruction. So let's say it's a shonen, right? And the thing is, like, look at, by the time, I mean, I don't know what happens in the manga because I haven't read that one. Because it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
But like, look at where what the point where it ends. Like, everybody loves the Chimera Ant arc. I actually thought it was about 50 episodes too long.
Everyone thinks it's dragged on, mama.
Yeah,
Everyone thinks it's dragged on.
Like,
that
see,
is one of the
again,
biggest complaints people have.
It had a very compelling story at the point, but at the point of Merriamer whole thing that they kept on dragging it out. Also a balance of apparatus. And the fact, talking about power scaling, what I mean by saying that I don't like escalation for escalation's sake. Aske, I was having a discussion about Dragon Ball GT versus Dragon Ball Super, right? I prefer GT over Super. And I know that GT is shit. Super is shit as well, but I prefer GT over Super in the sense that Super is basically, again, it's the same thing. Escalation for escalation's sake. যে আচ্ছা গোকু আর ভেজিটার চেয়ে পাওয়ারফুল লোক লাগবে, আরো পাওয়ারফুল ভিলেন্স আসছে, গোকু আর ভেজিটার নতুন পাওয়ার লেভেল পাইছে, and let's keep on doing that.
Guess who can control Ultra Instinct at will, by the way?
What?
Guess who has full access to Ultra Instinct now in the
Goku.
latest manga chapter? Yes.
Goku এখন মাস্টার্ড আলট্রা ইনস্টিংক্ট করতেছে.
Yes, chapter.
Yeah, for some reason I actually read this chapter where he's fighting this new guy, Moro or something.
Yes, Moro.
And he's like fully awakened, mastered Ultra Instinct and all that shit. And and so, like, I prefer SSJ4, Super Saiyan 4, over Ultra Instinct, because in Super Saiyan 4, for that, his tail had to grow back. And we have been told before, Jay, the tail is a source of Saiyan power. So that makes sense that, his tail grows out and he becomes a Super Saiyan Stage 4. I can live with that. That sounds legit.
That's the thing. তুমি ঠিক বলছো। এটা আমি খেয়াল করে দেখছি, like Super, right? Not even Super, like recently, all Dragon Ball plot recently, like তোমার the Battle of Gods movie, the Return of F, Super, all of this, right? I feel like they didn't put as much effort into the logic as they did back in GT.
Like think about it. Like
Ball আর GT কিন্তু লজিক ছিল। GT তো লজিক ছিল।
GT had logic. GT had great logic, and it was taking the story forward. It was taking the legacy, Panner legacy, Gohaner legacy. Vegeta was older, and Vegeta gets taken over by Baby and all that shit. It had actually taken the story forward.
And Baby was actually a compelling villain, right? His entire shtick was pretty good. Like he's one of the part of the race of people that were oppressed by the Saiyans. So of course he's here to avenge himself.
And look at Super. The whole arc with Blackpink Goku. Not the band. Like it was actually compelling for a while, and they're like, you know what, fuck it, and they just went off the rails. And then even the Ultra Instinct. How does he get Ultra Instinct? He gets close to death, gets inside a black hole, and power that was always inside him awakens. Now he has godlike abilities.
A power didn't awaken inside him. The logic was he broke past his limit. Like something that wasn't in him, he unlocked it because of the stress or some shit.
Right. And what have we been told all our lives in Dragon Ball? Hard work equals power. You have to work for it. There are no shortcuts. That is literally Goku's stick. That is literally Vegeta's thing. There are no shortcuts. And then suddenly they have summons and rituals. God and then they do all this shit, and then suddenly they have this new power. How the fuck do you even? That's so far from what Dragon Ball is supposed to be that it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, anybody who likes Super is a jack off. If you like Dragon Ball Z, and you like Super, you're an idiot who doesn't get Dragon Ball at all. And most people are even reading or watching it because they want to see Vegeta win for at least once. Vegeta to ekbar jitte hobe, you know. And ask all these guys, everybody who watches Super or reads Super, you know, why are you watching it? Oh, I want to see when Vegeta overtakes Goku. And the guy who's writing it knows that shit. He's never gonna let Vegeta win. He's never gonna make Vegeta more powerful than Goku. And so people are just hanging on for that. Amar Vegeta jitte hobe, yeah. It's just stupid. Don't enjoy Super at all. Moro is the combination of Cell and Demon King Piccolo on a galactic scale. You're not missing out. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not missing out. So yeah, if you want to watch something that's actually good and a continuation after Z, just watch GT. GT is pretty fun actually. They got a lot of things wrong, but GT is actually pretty fun.
That is not the opinion of Thwip. That's the opinion of him.
Yeah.
Just him.
That's my opinion.
Just him. Yes.
Fuck Super.
I mean, so I can't say shit.
No. Here's the thing.
Super. There are only two good things about Super. Okay, there's only two good things about Super: the Broly movie and the OP. The opening song is fucking fire.
You mean the second one?
Song.
You mean the second one?
The second one?
Yeah,
the second one.
Not
The second one. Whatever was when the tournament arc. Is shuru the
Last it.
That is a fucking ass fire song. That is such a good song.
The tournament arc is very well animated. It's
Which
actually
one?
well animated. The tournament arc, it's actually well animated. The fights are gone.
Yeah, no, and the final fight with Jiren, I enjoyed that. With him teaming up with Frieza, I actually enjoyed that. But like আগে Dragon Ball এর কোনো consequence ছিল না. I'm fine with that. But by the time so Super, there is no consequence about anything at all. There is like literally they're in cosmic level. We can rebuild the universe and parallel dimensions and everything.
Multiversal. They literally have the god of all of existence hosting tournaments.
And those are two dumbass retarded kids like playing with an iPad. Literally, that's those two are the gods of like all reality.
I mean, one of them is from the alternate universe.
It's just stupid as
Trunks'
fuck.
alternate universe.
It's just like stupid as fuck, man. Super is so bad. Don't watch Super. If you watch Super, if you read Super, you guys are morons.
Watch Super, read Super. It's fun as hell. Don't listen to him. He's dumb. Old people are dumb. Remember that.
Super is shit.
It's fun. You like Friends. Fuck off.
You aren't even reading Super. Are you reading Super?
I'm reading Super, of course.
Oh,
The manga is genuinely better than the anime.
Yeah, সেটা আমিও শুনছি. Like Jiren,
not even like Jiren's arc to আসেই, right? But everything else, even like the fight with Goku Black.
Yeah.
ঠিক আছে ওগুলাতেও they do it better. ঠিক আছে instead of like ওই random weird ভাবে ফাইটের মধ্যে I remember ওরা জিতে কেমনে জানো Goku does Hakai destruction. Like the shit that Beerus does. Goku and Vegeta have learned bits of that, so that's how they win as far as I remember, by doing Hakai instead of the stupid universal bullshit that they did in the anime. তারপর তোমার the fight against Kefla, right? It wasn't Ultra Instinct Goku that beat Kefla. It was Gohan. Gohan beat Kefla. Just normal ass Gohan. Kicked her ass, and I was like, yes, that's Gohan. Right, like fuck Kefla. ঠিক আছে why do you need Ultra Instinct to beat this random fusion of garbage Saiyans? Who fucking cares?
This is literally what happens when you don't like your own creation. Toriyama hates Dragon Ball, and it's just I was for the research for the video, right? So I was like, look,
Toriyama doesn't have Dragon Ball. The manga I think has more story input by Toriyama than the anime does.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm talking about, let's say, I'm research করছি গতকালকে, like all this whole thing, right? And Toriyama, and no less than I found like 15 different interviews where he has said, this is where I want to end it. And that started from first arc of Dragon Ball.
After the first arc of Dragon Ball, that's it.
He wanted to end it then. He wanted to end it like Cell end korte chaise, Frieza te end korte chaise, Boo te end korte chaise. So many times he's like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. Like I found an interview that is in early 90s or late 90s when he says, I hate Vegeta. He was like, people liked him, so I kept him around. So like this is a guy talking. Now compare that to like Oda, right? Oda has been doing this. Oda Sensei has been doing this for 20 fucking years, and his shit is still as tight as chapter 1. I'm at chapter 910. So chapter 1 এর যে tightness ছিল in chapter 910, it is still the same fucking tightness and same fucking world building and same fucking character and same amazingness. কোথাও কোনো drop in quality নাই. The world building doesn't break its rules. You know, like I made literally a video about world building and shit, right? Oda, I mean, ওখানেই বলছি that there are exceptions, and I was talking about Oda in that. That guy builds worlds like down. ওরা যদি কেউ জিগায় যে আচ্ছা এখানে like এই যে আইল্যান্ডটা, like these are different islands which are countries and shit like that, right? এই আইল্যান্ডে মানুষ what do they do ওদের for fun, even though that's not in the manga. নাই ওটা মাঙ্গাতে নাই. He knows what they do for fun. So like, you know, he like plans, he plans everything out. Like there's so much detail and depth and that works to its benefit because he sets it up in such a nice way. You know this, the rules of this island, the traditions of this island and stuff like that. And he doesn't like in the power scaling in One Piece is done so well.
No. The power scaling in One Piece is done better than any other shonen.
In any other shonen, anything that has existed till date.
Okay, no, Hunter x Hunter. But actually, Hunter x Hunter, Chimera and Tark fucked everything.
Dude, তুই আমারে যত কিছু বলস, Nen is a fucking bullshit concept that I don't understand. I still don't understand Nen. I've said it once. I've said it like 1,000 times. I mean,
Nen is fine. তুমি আবার দেখো Hunter x Hunter.
I mean, Nen beach bar দেখছি, and I also don't understand how what happened at the end with Gon's hair becoming long and shit like that and all of that.
He made a contract. Nen works with contracts. He made a contract and gave away his life force. Damn it!
I don't understand.
Yeah, and he became super hero.
Like, of all the animes I've watched, there are two things that I don't understand. একটা হচ্ছে the concept of Nen. I don't get it at all. আর আরেকটা হচ্ছে the ending of Lelouch.
Wait, why do you not get it? Lelouch sacrifices himself by being all the evil in the world.
I don't understand that. I've watched it 10 times.
It's the Watchmen thing, you know. Like last decade, he becomes the great evil. He becomes
that's
becomes
what
Dr. Manhattan or whatever.
Lelouch becomes like the squid. Lelouch makes himself the squid.
Yeah,
and he makes sure that Zero kills him. You know, the character he was, so that Zero can usher in an era of peace. Because Lelouch is amazing, alright? That's why no
Zero
one can
was
ever
played
compare.
by, or Frenta played Zero.
Suzaku, that
Suzaku
character who I also love.
No, I understand the facts of it. I understand what happened. I just don't understand it.
Why? Why did you...
Go watch it again.
They needed to unite the whole thing.
In all fairness, Munazil Mama coming to Bultar because I remember him trying to explain to me how Light was better than Lelouch.
Light is better than Lelouch.
No, he isn't. No way ever. Light isn't even the best character in his own series. Shut up.
Light is an amazing character. Fuck you. Light is
someone who's had a Light t-shirt for 7 years that I still wear. No, he isn't. He sucks. I wish I'd gotten the L shirt. I wish I'd gotten the L shirt. It was better character.
Light Yagami is just big.
Light Yagami's name is I'm a gay. I fucking hate that guy. Piece of shit. He's a megalomaniac with a shitty god complex.
I think I'm a second win into anime. I gave up anime and then came back into anime because of Death Note. I just realized that. Death Note was the anime that brought me back after I quit Naruto.
Recently, you were brought back, like in the past few years, you were brought back because of Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. Gurren Lagann brought me back into my third phase of anime. Watching stuff other than shonens. Maramari na থাকলে আমি দেখি. Light is better than Simone.
Light is so bad.
Okay, Light is not better than Simone. Never mind.
He's such a horrible character. No, here's the thing. Light is a very well-made character. No কথাই নাই. But in terms of, like, you know,
but dude, when
Death Note, fuck that guy.
But when Death Note was good, it was just so good.
When Death Note was good, it was fire. No কথাই নাই. It was amazing.
It is still.
It's the second half that fails. আর কিছুই না.
Yeah, but ওই El মরে যাওয়ার পরে the show doesn't.
And I hate Mirror and Mellow, and I still hate that they beat Light. And here's the thing. This is what triggers me, right? They beat Light, but they didn't beat Light because of his own mistake. At the end of Death Note, Light is still technically unbeaten. Light never lost because of his own fault. He loses because of Mikami. Mikami makes a mistake. Mikami does something that Light didn't tell him to do for once. And that is what fucks everything up. Which basically means what? Light is like impregnable. He's amazing. Light cannot be beaten. Light couldn't have been beaten if his follower hadn't fucked up.
But like that was my first foray into a battle anime that had no battles.
I mean, a shonen with a battle shonen without battles. Yeah.
And that blew my mind. মানে এরপরে তো আমি বাকুমান টাকুমান অনেক রকমের I even watched fashion shonens and music shonens and shit like that. But like that was my first time. I was like, wait, you can have a battle manga or a battle anime without battles? This is mind blowing. This is so new to me. But yeah, Death Note was pretty good. You know what I need to finish?
What?
Bebop.
Oh god. এটা আসলে মারা উচিত মানে like good lord.
You know what? You look. 16 years ago, I go into cantonment. I go into this place called Air House, which is where the son of the then Air Marshal lives. And we talk about this anime called Cowboy Bebop, and we're like so excited to watch it. And he had already watched it, and he had the ending for me. And he told me the ending. That was episode 2 or episode 3, and he told me the ending. And I got so mad at him that I never watched it again.
Well, this is a process. You know the end result, but you don't know how he got there.
Everyone knows the end result. It's
At this point.
As I grew older, I realized, knowing the ending doesn't mean anything. It's how you get there, and
it's beautiful.
And so, at some point
in the case of
this
One
year,
Piece,
I will
we have
watch.
No idea how it's gonna end. We have no idea. Seriously,
it's the same. You know the third thing in anime that I don't understand: Steins Gate.
Oh god, no, I don't understand either.
Okay, what is wrong with the two? Steins Gate has the most like logical and scalable time travel. Why do you not understand
I have to get into that, right? I can't go beyond episode 1.
That's the point. Episode 1 is here's the thing. Episode 1 is slow for a reason. Because episode 1 is one of those episodes where you like when you get halfway through the anime, and then you come back and watch episode 1, you'll be like, holy shit, so this is what was happening. Right? It's like that.
So it's not like a psychedelic slice of life shit.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Because episode 1 is like a weird ass psychedelic slice of life.
Initially, yes. For the first 12 episodes, Steins Gate is psychedelic. Then there's a genre shift. Take a sec.
Like episode 1, right?
It becomes a thriller.
I've watched episode 1 so many times. I can actually.
Please, I'm বলি next time বুঝছো episode 1 না দেখে 2 দেখো কারণ 1 এর পরে 2 আসে ওটা একটু দেখা চেষ্টা করো
every time I try to watch it again I start from episode 1 then I watch episode 1 and I'm like fuck this shit
just move to Munazava তোমার বুঝতে হবে Steins Gate is still like my like after Gurren Lagann Steins Gate is my favorite anime of all time and there's a reason it's so good.
I know it's supposed to be really good, but I need to get over that hump of episode 2. One of these days.
It isn't just you. Everyone did that. আমি episode 1 দেখে 8 মাস পরে episode 2 দেখছি. Not a joke. My friend made me watch it. I was like, that was boring. I don't want to watch it. And episode 2 দেখছি and then টানা পুরোটা শেষ করছি and then obviously I cried at the end because it was beautiful.
Yeah, so I need to watch Steins Gate at some point. This year, our goal হচ্ছে Bebop and Steins.
Goal should have been Bebop in 2001, but okay.
So yeah,
Bebop shouldn't have been put off this long, right?
So yeah, that's that I should watch. So we recommended a couple of animes which are old and which are new, and we are well over an hour mark, and we need to wrap this shit up. Yeah. So thank you for all 4 of you for hanging out with us and listening to us.
We can talk about manga next week. I guess we didn't really talk about manga this week. We'll talk about manga and shit next week, like properly.
Yeah.
Thank you
when
for
we have
everyone who listened today.
The only manga I actually read is One Piece, so that's the only manga I can talk about.
So Rudra and I will talk about all the shit we're reading.
Yeah. Okay. So next week we can talk about some mangas or if nothing else comes up this week, like I don't know.
Yeah, something interesting.
Marvel drops something or something else.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3 trailer. Yes.
No, a trailer drop.
Yes, I hate Holland. Ugh.
But yeah. So thank you for hanging out with us, guys. It was fun talking about animes and stuff like that. and hopefully we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you so
night.
much.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.